Well, welcome back. Let's continue our tutorial. So as usual, I'll open the IDE. So last time we ran this, we had issues. This was not rendering at all. So if we run it, so we've got QQ, which we know for certain exists in the database. All right. So we have an error even. All right. But whatever the case, it's not even, so that error is occurring on this section. So before that, this should have rendered. But let's just fix our problems once and for all. So you observe that, maybe let's just go to the database quickly and, all right, let's run this. Okay. So I just want you to see closely. You see this is video and voice calls. Let's copy it. Let's copy that and bring it here. All right. So if you see here, this looks the same except this cause is is a small cap. So when you are doing, so it won't find it. So we needed to, so there are several things that we can do. One of the things that we can do is we can say, let's change this to lowercase. Okay. If we change it to lowercase, let's see what it will do for us. Okay, QQ. All right, it's still giving us, okay, let us fix all the problems at once. So the issue there was this case, because in the database it is the case is different. So what we are going to do is we are going to change all these. So sorry, this won't work in this way. So it has to be the case has to be okay, we need to change this one to, all right, we'll fix that one. Let's just see the other problem here. The other problem here was, you see this variable here and this, the case is not the same. So what we need to do is we need to get, so it has to be exactly that. This one has to be exactly, because it's complaining that it's not been, and this one has to be set to that. So if we run it now, let us just go and see QQ. You see now we are pulling this. So what I did was, just for purposes of testing, I put in this print just to see that maybe the error was not coming from that. So we are happy with that, but we just need to fix this. So there are two things that we can do. We can either say lower, we set that one to lower. This is not the most intelligent thing to do, but let's just see, so that we are comparing. No, that won't work. Okay, let's just see. QQ. Okay, it's now pulling. So what we've done is, for us to do the comparison properly, I've converted both the things on the left hand side and on the right side to lowercase. Then in that case, the comparison will happen. So I'll introduce another solution, but for now, let's just do it this way. And then so what we can do, this is not the best, because you see, if we do it this way, it means that this is fine, but the issue is coming from here, at the point that we are capturing this information. So here I'm using, I'm typing it that way, but most probably maybe when I was capturing this information, I could have captured it either direct into SQL, or I captured it through the interface, but then this could have been a small case at that time. So for now we're happy. Let's just proceed. Let's just run that one. All right, Snapchat. All right, we search. All right, we're getting our results there, so we're fine. Let's just go and look quickly in the database. Just want to see which one of them has all right, so one is the year 2000, the other one is 2011. Which one was 2011? Snapchat. All right, so now we want to, so we've retrieved that information from the database, we've retrieved that from the database, and that from the database. Now we need to retrieve this and that, and then we are done with this exercise. All right, so let's just quickly go. Okay, so we've done the boxes. Now we need to get the next thing we need to get is this one here. So this, how are we going to display it? All we need to do is we need to get that. Okay, and then all right, now this is coming from, okay, set. Okay, so the last one was row number, so this is row number 7. Okay, so if we run it, let's do Snapchat. You can see it has pulled it already, and then it just displays it there. That's fine, and that's the behavior that we want. Okay, let us go now and see the next ones. The next ones the language, and then so what I'll do is I'll just put here a comment, development language. All right, so what do we want from this development language? So I'm going to declare a variable. I'm going to say app database. So this is what is coming from the database. Okay, so I'm calling it db development language. Okay, this one I'm going to equate it to row 8. Row 8. All right, however, I know that row 8, if it is let's just see if we've got data that has got all right, so if you look at row 8, Java is fine because it is just the only one, but PHP has got, okay, Snapchat has got PHP, Java, and this is separated by commas. So what we need to do when we are pulling that information, we need to split. Okay, split that by okay, we split that by a comma. All right, and then we assign it to that. And then what we're going to do, we are now going to do another, so we're going to do, okay, maybe let's just print, let's print this and see how it looks like. All right, let us okay, let's use Snapchat because Snapchat, okay, search. All right, so you can see what it has done is it has given us a list. All right, and it has okay, maybe let's say, just to show what I'm trying to do, without a split, let's run it. Okay, so this is Snapchat. right, I just want us to see. All right, so this is just an ordinary listing, but what we want to do is we want to put it in a list. That's why we're doing that. All right, now that we've got that, let me, I don't need this one, I'll take it out. Okay, now that we've done that, we now need to get that information, and okay, maybe let's just do the action, then I'm going to explain. So I'm going to do another variable. I'm calling it app development, but I want this okay, let's do, I'm going to call it app development language complete list. Okay, now this I'm going to okay, let's it's a bit tricky to so basically what I'm trying to do is to avoid duplications, to avoid the, so let us get that list. Okay, equals that, then I'm saying dot get from 0 to end. All right, so what we're trying to do is that if we just want to highlight, because the way we've designed this is that these ones we are hard coding them. We are so it's like these are the only languages that are available. So what we're trying to say is that we get these things from the database, and we get what is currently in the list, and then we want to make a comparison. Whenever we find a match, then we highlight that one to say that is the language. That's the only way that the language in that list will be highlighted. Okay, so we are going to do two loops. So we are going to say for a maybe that's a poor naming. So what can we say? Maybe let's say for db language in this is what we are getting from the database. Okay, what do we want to do? We want another loop, and then we are saying for lst lang, just to be consistent with our naming convention, so I'm going to call that lang in that one. What do we want to do? So what we are going to do now is we are going to compare this. So we are going to say if the contents of that equals, so if the current, because now we are looping through, so most probably this will be fewer. These are likely to be fewer than that, so we start with that one. So we are saying if that equals that, then what do we do? We want to get the index, because a list box uses the index and the label, but for most of the manipulations we use the index. So we are saying we want the index of, so this and this are matching. If they are matching, we want the index of okay, so let's say dot index of, oh sorry, what have I done? Sorry for that, in that. So we want this. All right, I just need to make sure that this is right. All right. So we've taken that one, we've taken that one, we compare them. If there's a match, we want the index of that which is associated with that uh, first one, and then we will say what is the we'll select that particular match using that index dot we're now going to get it from, as a matter of fact, it's a sorry about that, it's actually supposed to be equal. All right, then we are going to say dot selection set, that is another selection underscore set. Okay, the index. All right, so this is a bit tricky to understand to do, but you see, if we run it, let's do QQ because it only has one language, and we search. So what it will do is, so the first thing that we did, okay, let's use this one to explain this, because it's a bit tricky to just explain it like that. So the first thing that we do, okay, we go in the database and get the list of languages. All right, then the next part we do is we go into the list that is existing here, the one that we had coded, and get and also put it in that list. Then, because it's in a loop, we start now comparing what we got from the database and what we got from the list. Okay, if at all a match exists, then we get, because this thing is so this thing is stored by index and label, so these are just the labels that we, so what we do is that we get the index associated with that label, we get that one, and then we, in the list, then we highlight it. That's how it has been highlighted like that. It's a bit tricky to understand, but that's how you do it. So what we are going to do, so the exact same thing that we did for is the exact same thing that we are going to do for developer listing. All right, so this one we'll say developer listing. Let's just be developer. Okay, let's leave that one. Okay, let's just be consistent. Developer, just to be consistent. All right, so this one is developer listing. Developer, what's the name of so let's just go and get the exact name of the list box. It's actually that one. All right, so that one we get it from there. Okay, so this one we putting it there, and this one we're putting it here. All right, so here we'll say db list, and here we call it list. It's fine. All right, so it's db list and db list. Sorry. All right, so that looks fine. Then we get that copy listing, put it there. What's the name of the, so it's that one, and then we put it there. Let's just quickly see in the database, is there, okay, so this one is QQ is listed on both Shanghai and Hong Kong according to our all right, let us save this one, we run it. Okay, F5. So if we do QQ, all right, so it has given us, but it was supposed to pick here, so why is it not rendering? So most probably it's this issue of copy and paste, which is not so db list. All right, db list. All right, developer listing. Okay, so developer listing, db. Okay, so you see it's actually in 9, so that is the issue. So if we do that, we'll now do QQ. All right, it's still giving us an error for something, not in tuple. All right, let us just go and see what is the issue. All right, so this is not correct. It's supposed to be it's okay, supposed to be that one, so we're using the wrong thing. All right, so now if we do QQ, all right, so it has picked Shanghai, but why didn't it pick QQ? We are saying Java. Okay, why is it not giving us the language? So there's a problem there somehow. Let's just do cancel. Why is it not picking that Java? Is it because it is okay, so the language, db language, A B. Okay. All right, we'll fix that. Let's just complete this section, and then the last part is the app text. So let's just go and get them. So the last item is user comments. Okay, so we go, where are we placing this? All right, we need to place it. All right, we are placing it there. All right, so we can put a comment on top of this, hash this user comments. Okay, all right, so this one is coming from, so what we need to do is we need to insert in that text box. Let's do 0, comma. Where is it coming from? It is coming from row 10, sorry, index 10, and then we close it. So if we run now F5, let's do Snapchat. Okay, it is pulling through everything except this. There's a problem. So what we need to do is we need to fix this problem. We need to find do we have anything with user comment? All right, user comment is there. All right, what we'll do is in the next lesson we should be able to fix why this is not pulling and why that is not pulling. So for now, this is where we'll stop this lesson. When we come for continuation, we'll fix that part and that part, and then we'll proceed to the other button. So by then we'll have finished that one, and then we'll move to save, and then we'll do the rest.